Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all, okay? Get on in here. Child, you are now in the den, all right? Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. It's so hard to say goodbye. This is our final, episode, y'all, of American Stories. This is my recap review for American Stories Season 1, Episode 8. And we are seeing that the name of this episode is Lake. So I said, okay, well, Lake, what are we talking about here, right? Because they saying that it was a town that used to be underneath this lake, and that was giving me Lake Lenore. So I said, are we talking about Lake Lenore here? Okay, because we know there's many stories, articles, right? People are always talking about it. If you watched Atlanta last season, they had an episode on it, right? But as the episode continued, my son was like, no, Ma, you know what this reminds me of? Creep Show, okay? The episode with Mr. Leslie Nielsen himself, baby, when he was on that beach and he left them people, or he left the girl, and some people come back at him at the end, baby, talking about, hold your breath. And I said, you might be onto something here, right? And a lot of these episodes I have said either reminded me of Twilight Zone, Tales from the Crypt, Creep Show, and all of that. Then I start to see this face that looks familiar to me. I said, wait a minute, who we got playing the mama? Is this Miss Alicia Silverstone? Now, if you know me, you know that it will drive me crazy until I figure out the person that it is, okay? So I was like, wait a minute, we also got Teddy Spears as the daddy, okay? He was in Christine, one of my favorite movies with the killer car. Now, some of y'all might be too young to know any of these things that I was just talking about, honey. But look it up if you don't know about it. So we go ahead and we get into this episode, y'all. And we see that is a brother and sister that's out here on this lake. And like I said, the brother is saying that he found this map, right? And that supposedly it was a town underneath this lake with a population of 103. He's trying to impress this girl. He trying to get with her, whatever. The sister was blocking a little something, okay? She was doing a little blocking. But he was telling her, she was like, I don't believe that. There's no way it could have been a town. He said, yeah, before they put the lake here, right? It was people that lived here. So I guess they thought they was going to do like a little treasure hunt. And he said, who wants to come down with me? So the sister talking about, let me go down, all right? You want to at least have somebody that's sober. And his girl was like, well, I guess, family goes first. Okay, bring me something back. So he was saying to her, like, come on, you supposed to be helping me out. She said, I am helping you out. She's a skank, okay? She be getting around with everybody. And he says, well, I wouldn't mind her getting around with me, all right? So then they go ahead and they go underneath. They do this dive, and they see this tricycle down there when they first go down there, right? And then he sees the sign and he's holding it up to her and she's giving him the thumbs up. So the next thing you know, baby, this hand come up and grab him, okay? But to her, it just looks like he's stuck on something at first, right? And so I'm like, what is going on here, honey? So by the time she go up and yell for help and then go back down, basically, he's just there like this, y'all, okay? He's gone. And I'm saying, girl, grab him, bring him up and try to do CPR, like, why are we just standing here and looking at him, okay? But by the time she went down, went up, came back down, then he actually gets snatched down underneath the ground, honey. I said, what? So the next thing you know, it's 4 months later and her mama and daddy have gone to pick her up, okay? The mother's trying to open up the car door for her. She's like, Mom, I could walk. So when she gets inside, of course, she's seeing, the pictures of her brother, his trophies, different reminders, and they're second guessing, like maybe this was too soon to bring her home. And we find out that she has been in a mental health clinic since all this stuff happened, okay? And I think any of us would be in a damn mental health clinic after seeing something like that. So, the father makes sure that we know it was the top mental health clinic, okay? It wasn't just any old one. And mama's trying to tell him, like, okay, we're going to have to really be here, for her, all right? We are noticing or learning, I should say, that since this happened and since mama and daddy been home alone, okay, daddy been keeping busy with work. He ain't been there much. So she trying to let him know, like, you're going to have to be here, for her now that she's here. But he kind of, came with the defensive stuff. And was like, yeah, I need to be strong like you, right? And be able to move on. She was like, that's not what I was going to say. What I was going to say is that we need to make sure that we're here for her, right? And so you know, we see her asking her, do she want anything to eat and if she's okay and all of that. She says, nah, she just going to go and lay down. So later she goes to check on her, you know, and Finn basically asks her, like, Mom, what did y'all do with Jake? You know, what did y'all bury? What was in the coffin? Because you didn't have a body. So she tells her, you know, we put basically memorabilia, right? We put his little cards that he liked. You know what I'm saying? We put some sneakers. We put a cap. She says, you know, I was kind of glad to get rid of them damn sneakers, though. I ain't going to lie about that, you know, and they laugh about that or whatever, right? And as she goes back in her bedroom, she go ahead to run her a nice hot bath, baby, after a long day. Now, mind you, when she walked in the bedroom, the husband was busy typing on his, you know, computer and had his headphones, and he didn't even notice her when she walked in. So she go to run the damn bath. And all of a sudden, baby, the water turned green and something jumped up at her. I said, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It made me jump too. I said, well, what the hell is going on here? And she yelling and screaming at the top of her lungs. She backs all the way back to the damn door, okay, trying to get away from whatever the hell she thought was coming up out the tub. And the husband didn't even hear her, right? If somebody was coming in there to kill her, she would have been dead because he ain't hear a damn thing. So when she go back and look at the tub again, the water is just clear and it's like, you know, nothing is there. So I said, well, what's going on? What's the correlation between the tub and the lake? Okay, I am confused. So, you know, we basically have, you know, Finn having this nightmare, right? She's still having nightmares. You know, she's still just going in emotions and trying to figure everything out, right? She comes out the next day and she's sitting by the pool trying to relax, really release, listening to some music. And, you know, Aaron is up here looking up the lake, right? And we find out that the lake name is Lake Prescott. And so she's all into it or whatever. Her husband comes up and touches her on her back, and she basically gets scared and jumps and was like, yo, you don't make no noise. You don't announce yourself when you come in the room. You don't call my name. He's like, first of all, I've been calling you and your ass ain't hear me, okay? What were you so locked up into? What is so interesting that you couldn't hear? So she's like, oh, well, I was just looking to see if there was any teaching jobs. But now that I think about it, okay, I think it might be too soon and I should probably stay home with Finn. And I shouldn't be out here in these streets, okay? So he was like, no, as a matter of fact, I think the exact opposite. I think you should keep yourself busy. You should get back out there, right? I was wrong. And I'm the one that let myself go. But going forward, you know, we need to be strong. We need to stand together. And we need to be here for, you know, Finn. You were right, okay? So I said, okay, Daddy and Mama's on the same page now. All right. So now this nighttime comes again. And Finn is in here having nightmares. She's seeing, you know what I'm saying, her brother get grabbed over and over again. And she told her mother, look, I don't give a damn, okay, if you don't put me in a mental health clinic or whatever. I know what I saw. And she still basically believes it no matter whether she was in the mental health clinic or not. So now we get to Mama, and Mama gets woken up out her sleep, okay? So she go ahead and get up, and she's going down the stairs. Now, when she get in the kitchen, the damn faucet in the kitchen is running water, honey. So I'm like, okay, we got a theme going on with this water, right? So she basically turns it off. When she turned back to try to go back upstairs, the water turned back on again. I said, are we having plumbing issues? What is going on here, right? What is the truth? So then she all of a sudden sees, you know, like the doors is open. She's hearing a noise. And now this is the pool. So now when she get out by the pool area, it's like a sprinkler that's basically just shooting up water, right? So she turns that off. Now as she's walking away again, the water starts gushing, y'all, pouring all around her, flooding her feet, right? And then when she turns around, her son is standing behind her. And it ain't the son, like, you know what I'm saying, that was before he was dead. No, this is the decaying son standing there saying, Mom, come find me, okay? Find me, please. So I said, oh, okay, that's what we doing, all right? So now at this point, of course, this girl, you know, scares the hell out of her. And then he just disappears and she's looking around to see him. So now, of course, after this happens, she says something to her husband, right? She wasn't saying anything about it before, but at this point, it's getting serious. So he's telling her she's having trauma, you know, she's having nightmares or whatever. She was like, Jeffrey, nightmares is when you asleep, okay? I was wide the hell awake, and I know what I seen, I know what I heard. This was not no nightmare, and my son is telling me to come find him, okay? Our son is telling us to come find him, all right? I was awake both times. This is something else. And you know, she's like, Jake was begging me to find him. And she says, you know, I have to do this. We have to bring him home. So he's like, listen, girl, I don't know what the hell you talking about, but he is gone. He is not coming back. He is dead. And she said, I know that. You don't have to tell me that part. And he's telling her the police divers searched for him for 3 weeks. If they couldn't find him, how the hell you supposed to go find him? And she was like, well, they didn't know the exact area that he disappeared in, okay? So he tells her she saw what she wanted to see. She was like, boy, are you crazy? What the hell? I didn't want to see that, right? And so she was like, I'm begging you, you know, I wouldn't be bringing this up if I didn't have to. And she was saying that, you know, Finn doesn't have to know, right? And she says, Jeffrey, this is our son. So again, he's telling her he's gone, and he's basically like, you know, I'm going to get out of here. I got to go ahead to work, all right? If you are going to do this, you're going to do this on your own, okay? I ain't going to have no parts of this, all right? And so he go ahead and leave. So, of course, Finn behind was on the side just like this listening. And it wasn't like they was freaking whispering. They was loud as hell. So I don't know how the hell they didn't think she was going to hear them. And so she comes and she's like, you know, Mom, what is going on? She's like, I heard what you were saying and I believe you about Jake, okay? She said, I've still been having these nightmares. And you know what I'm saying? Why don't I go with you? So she's like, no, sweetie, you can't go. You just came out the hospital and you healing. She like, I'm not healing, okay? I am messed the hell up. I'm not going to be okay until we bring him home either. So let's go ahead and go together. She was like, girl, your dad will be mad as hell if we go, all right? If he found out we went there. She said, well, let's go while he gone, all right? And leave him a note, letting him know where we went or whatever the case may be, right? And we could be like on our way back by the time, you know, he's coming in from work. So they decide they're going to go ahead and do this. I said, child, that's what y'all want to do? All right. I'm going to roll with y'all, okay? So we see them packing up the car and stuff like that. And when she sees the diver shoes in the back of the car, you know, Finn kind of gets stuck. And she's like, girl, are you sure you're okay? You sure you want to do this? She was like, yes, I do. Plus, I'm the only one that could tell you the exact area. She was like, let's go. So when they get there, we find out that they actually have a lake house there, right? They probably used to go there every summer or whatever. So when, you know, Erin first gets in there, she's basically, you know, having a flashback to times when they would be hanging out on the patio, all right? I'm sure they probably had their little barbecues. You know, you seeing where they was eating breakfast and both of them is snatching up, you know, Finn's waffle, and she's like, you know, I can make y'all one. And they was like, yeah, but hers tastes better. And they laughing, and you know, basically good times that they had. And so she was like, you know, I can't believe we're back here. And Erin tells her like, yeah, I had said I was never coming back to this place, okay? So they basically was like, okay, let's get out here and do what we came here to do. So they not wasting no time. They go back to the water immediately. So now when they get out there, Mama's big plan is that she bought this 8-foot rope, okay? And she want her to tie one part around her, and then the other part, you know, Finn is supposed to be holding to pull her up should she be down there too long or she feel anything snagging or anything like that. I said, that's the plan we going with? Do you really think she could lift you up? Oh, okay, girl, we gonna see. I'm gonna watch and see where y'all going, right? So she keeps going down and coming up, going down, coming up, and she's not seeing nothing. You know, Finn basically was like, you don't see the little tricycle? She like, tricycle? No. But now after she done went down about 3-4 times, when she go down again, she do see the tricycle, okay? All of a sudden, it just so happened to appear there, all right? So she goes a little beyond that and she sees like this big branch or whatever. And then she sees these 3 men that's basically, you know, like tied to this concrete. And she actually takes one of the, you know, chains, necklace or whatever that's around the person's neck. I said, who the hell is these people now? Okay, because remember, Finn and Jake ain't seen no people down there. Okay, they just seen the tricycle. So now when she went back down or whatever the case may be, and she goes back to that same area, something actually pulls her. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It's 2 times I jumped with this, okay? I jumped when she had the thing jump out her at the damn tub, and I jumped when something grabbed her down here, okay? So Now, you know, the daughter trying to tussle and pull to get her up there. I said, oh, Lord, mama is gone, okay? Mama is gone. Your daddy gonna be pissed as hell. He gonna be like, you know, I told y'all not to go there. Now your damn mother going or whatever, right? This is what I'm thinking. So, nonetheless, that doesn't happen. What does end up happening is after, you know, she gets grabbed and they tussling and stuff like that, all of a sudden, Jake pop up, baby, and was right there in her damn face, all decayed up, okay? And they basically called the authorities and, you know, they are able to get him out. So the sheriff is like, listen, we searched this damn lake, okay, for weeks, and it was nothing down there. It wasn't your son, and it damn sure wasn't 3 other damn bodies, you know. He says this is something really incredible, right? And he don't much believe in incredible. And she says, well, I didn't come here for incredible. You know what I'm saying? I came here for my son. I don't know about all that other stuff, but all I know is that, you know, basically I was told, you know, I basically was told to come and look here, and this is where I looked at because I wasn't going to give up on having my body, you know, my son home. So then she telling him about the body she found, and like I said, he's saying that it was nothing there either. She says, look, I know what I saw. It was 3 people that was left down there, okay, chains to this damn concrete. And she said, this is the chain that I pulled off of one of them, okay? And so obviously his face is looking like he heard some kind of story about some people being chained down there some years ago, right? And when he looks at the name, he's actually like, Boone? And she's like, oh, do you know that name? And he's like, yeah, actually was a family here of that name. He says, you know, when you lived in an area like this for so long, there's a lot of rumors and secrets. And he says there's a descendant alive named Millie Boone, okay? So she again is like, listen, well, you know, I didn't come here for no daggone secrets or whatever, sheriff, okay, or to uncover any secrets. I came to see about my son. So now you have, you know, Jeffrey calling them on the phone, and he is pissed as hell, you know. What are you thinking? Why did you go there? I told you not to go there and all that other kind of stuff, you know. And she is like, shut the hell up, Jeffrey, okay? I found him. I found our son. He was like, what? That's impossible. She was like, no, I'm bringing him home. I found Jake, okay? And he was basically like, you know, how? And she's telling him that she would tell him, you know, everything when she, you know, get home. But he did disappear. You know, they found him where he did disappear, right? And he's now going to be coming home. And he was like, I can't believe it, honey. So I say, yeah, you better believe it, right? And so she said, now they can have a real service for them, right? And he says he should have been there with her. So she was like, you know, no, it's okay. What's done is done, right? And so now, you know, she basically gets up and hugs her daughter and all of that. And, you know, she basically was saying, you know, that it still felt like something was off and something is going on here, right? Something more is happening. And she was still looking down at that damn chain, you know. And so, they say they're going to go ahead and, you know, try to dig a little bit more into what's happening, right? And so they go over to this damn senior home and they talk to Miss Boom. Now, at first, Miss Boom is basically trying to tell them, you know, oh, well, there's always something that's happening there at that lake, okay? People get drunk. People be playing around, horsing around. You know, they be trying to make up fake stories about, you know, what goes on over there, whatever the case may be, right? She was like, you know, a lot of times they don't know how to swim and all of that because they were saying why so many people dying there. She talking about the people be stupid. They get drunk. They fall in. They don't know how to swim. They horse around near the edge and all of that. And so Finn was like, look, my brother died at that lake, and trust me, he wasn't stupid and he could swim. Something basically grabbed him. Now, when they say something grabbed him, okay, and plus with Miss Erin showing her this chain, all of a sudden Miss Boone got some more info from them, all right? You know, they letting her know that they had just found, you know, his body today or whatever, Jake's body down there, right, where he had drowned at. And so now when she's looking at the damn chain, she's like, you know, oh, well, you know, now that I'm hearing this or whatever the case may be, I guess she feels a little bit more comfortable to talk about it. And she starts to tell them that that could only belong to one Boone, and that was basically her great-grandfather, Nathaniel Boone, all right? And we finds out that, you know, they basically, he was the state's own favorite son or whatever, and that this Prescott, okay, was trying to put up these dams, and apparently, you know, Boone was one of the people that was blocking and getting in his way, and he wasn't trying to have that. You know, it would be a power generated dam there, and they couldn't have him standing in their fortune, so they rounded up the 3 guys that was going to be blocking them from, you know, getting what they wanted to get or whatever, and they beat the hell out of them, and then they basically chained them to this damn concrete, honey, and drowned them, okay, threw them down in that damn lake. You know, of course, they was basically begging for help and screaming for them not to leave them there. And so I said, okay, now we getting somewhere, right? So obviously Boone and them is trying to come back for some damn revenge or something, honey. They spirits is haunting this damn water, and that's why all these people is drowning. So they said the dam has been up for almost 90 years or whatever the case may be, right? And they tried having a formal petition, you know, to have the dam taken down. And, you know, basically because these is rich, powerful people, they, you know, didn't want to be bothered with it, right? And so every year they don't pay that damn, you know, petition no mind, right? And then we find out that the law firm that has been, you know, basically working for the Prescotts or whatever the case may be, oh, Mr. Hubby, okay, Jeffrey works for them, which is Springler and Webbler. She like, wait a minute, are you sure that's the name of the firm? So now they getting back to the lake house and they trying to pack up to go home, honey. But Jeffrey done brung his behind down there. He talking about, oh, y'all was gone for hours and I was worried about y'all. Wanted to make sure everything was okay. You know, y'all told me y'all was coming home, but y'all basically haven't been home. You know, it's been hours. So she was like, you know, we got some stuff to talk to you about, all right? Did you know about this? You know, tell us the truth. Do you know what's happening here and what's going on here? So he's like, what do you mean? Does this have to do, you know, with Jake or whatever? And she's like, no, this has to do with the law firm and basically the firm that you're working for and is keeping the Prescott Dam and he's from being torn down. So he's like, what? And she was like, yeah, were you involved in that? So he's basically like, what are you talking about? I don't understand. She was like, listen, you've been in charge of the damn entire case. And he was like, what does that have to do with anything? She was like, the man that you worked for was evil, okay? He did a lot of crooked shit and we hearing, you know, that he was around here killing people and he's a damn monster. He was like, what are you talking about? He's been dead for years, you know? And she was like, well, he's accused of a lot of bad things. He talking about all businessmen that are successful have been accused of things or whatever. You know, who exactly is telling you all this stuff? So they said, well, we saw it for ourselves. It's some damn men that was chained down near to some damn concrete. And at the end of the day, not only is a whole bunch of other people dying in it, but your damn son died in it. And he talking about, I think you really need some help. He said, you and your damn mother need to be in a mental hospital at this point, right? And she's telling him over and over, people died in this damn lake, Jeffrey, okay, do you even care? And he talking about, well, Prescott is one of the most powerful, busiest, you know, people, businessmen that's out here, and he's done great things. He built this town up from nothing and all of that. And so she was like, you're taking money from a murderer. He said, you taking it from them too. She was like, what are you talking about? He said, where you think the money comes from for you to go into private schools and have a BMW and have a country club membership and all of this, bells and whistles and all that. So she's like, that's not fair. And she said, you always said that the money came from your family. And he says, yeah, my family, our house, our money, our cottage, everything is from my family. All right. So he was like, this whole town is from my family. So they was like, wait, you a damn Prescott? I said, girl, you didn't know who you married? He says, I am, and so are you. I said, what? So, child, he talking about, you know, yeah, I'm proud of the illustrious family I came from, and, you know, my grandfather Prescott was a great man and all this other stuff, right? So she was like, you know, this damn lake killed your son because of all of this. What are you talking about? And they both sit down and they just looking in, you know, disbelief. He talking about this is his legacy. It's like, what legacy? A legacy that killed your son? You not making no sense. You know, she's talking about, oh my God. So the next thing you know, she's like, this all makes sense. This is why everything is happening. And this is why it took damn Jake to begin with. This wasn't no damn accident. This was the lake. And so, you know, basically saying it wants revenge or whatever. And he was like, no, Jake died because of what you done. And she was like, no, this is from what you done. You can't be damn serious, right? And so she was like, and you got the nerve to turn around and blame us and be mad at us. Like, I know I must need to clean out my damn ears, okay? I cannot be hearing you right. So, you know, she's saying that all these people got hurt and everything like that, right? And now they're angry at them. So, baby, no sooner as she say that, they basically have the lights go out, honey. Okay, it get all black, and then we see these damn people walking up out the damn lake and looking like damn zombies or whatever, right? And then they come knock, 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 knocking at the door. Knock, 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 we here for your ass, okay? So they like, you know, running and screaming or whatever, and, you know, it gets to the point where they just all surrounded and he's telling them to run. And then they go ahead and pick up damn Jeffrey ass and they drag him in that damn lake. And you know, Finn is screaming, Dad, no, Dad, no, Dad. You know, we got to do something to help him. We got to call somebody. And her mother's basically telling her, like, no, he's late. You know, it's too late. He's gone. I said, yeah, girl, he gone. All right, bye-bye, goodbye. See you later. All right. No more daddy. And so she says, but we are, you know, going to tell people what happened here. All right. We're going to tell the truth. And she was like, come on, nobody not going to believe us. And she was like, it doesn't matter. You know, we are going to find a way to have this daggone thing drained to get these people out, okay, so that their bodies can be, you know, released and their loved ones can know about it and all that good stuff, and the truth will come out no matter what. And, you know, Finn was just saying, like, Jake, her visions, everything was all for one reason, and that was to get Jeffrey here and take him, you know what I'm saying? That's who they really wanted. And so that was basically how the damn, you know, episode ended, y'all. Okay, I don't know what y'all thought about this, but for me, I will say that just overall, the whole season has had its highs and lows. It's had its hits and misses. There was times when there was episodes that I felt like, dag, they could have really stretched this and made a season out of this. There was times when there was episodes that I was like, I kind of like that one, right? I liked the direction. I liked where it was going. But why did we make that turn? Because we didn't need to make that turn at all, okay? And I think overall, I like season 2 better than season 1. But y'all put it in the comments. Let me know, you know, did you like this? Did you like the season? What are your thoughts on it? Let's discuss. Let's discuss. Let's discuss. Okay, what would you rate this episode and all of that good stuff? You know, give me a like, comment, subscribe, and share if you are so inclined. Okay, you know, give me a wave. Let me know you came by. Put some flames up in the sky. All right, y'all. So till next time, that's all I got. Toodaloo.